I need a reason, and every time I go all out, cause I'm living in my season. Satan tryna steal my joy, better get back. I got angels on my side and they with that. Ducking and ducking on every side, I'ma need that. But my Satan's alive.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy T, aka the Holy Samurai. We're back again. Happy to be back. We got another episode here. Got some things I want to talk about. A lot is going on since I did my last one. But first, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been listening to the show, been following the show, been sharing the show. Really appreciate y'all, man. It means a lot. Shows we're getting a lot of hits, a lot of responses. People want to come on the show and chat, and I want to get people on the chat. When we talk about different conversations or different topics, we're going to do that too. Just shoot me a message or something. Say, hey T, talk about this. And who knows, I might bring it up. So y'all know where to find me on Twitter at Mr. Willis23. The show's Twitter is at The Perfect Cast. Instagram, the same thing for the show, The Perfect Cast, and my personal one is at _Travis23. You know, you can stream the shows on Apple Pod, Spotify, SoundCloud. Also, I do the video part on YouTube on The Perfect Cast. So just search up The Perfect Cast on YouTube, and I'll be right there. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. That means a lot to me. It goes a long way for the show, and spread the word. But those who have been with me from the beginning, I appreciate you so much. Just want to give another shout out to my mom. Y'all know she got a book, Out of Active Worship. She got a kid's book coming. So for those who brought her book, it means a lot. We really appreciate it. You can also, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you can also buy it on like the digital version. So you don't have to buy the hard copy. You can go ahead and get it on wherever you get your digital books. And just order from there. I brought me one there so I can read it on my phone and on my laptop. And you can do the same thing. So feel free to purchase it there. And again, if you want to send me a screenshot or something, like, hey, look, see, got your mom's book. It's really good. I've been getting a lot of feedback. And I think I might have her, I'm going to interview her on the show and let her explain the book and what was her inspiration behind it, and why she decided to write it. So we'll probably get that. Again, this is another episode of The Perfect Cast, so let's go ahead and cast. Those of you not watching right now, I got me a little fishing rod for the show The Perfect Cast. My mom got it for me, so it's a new prop for the show. Anyways, let's get to talking about some of the topics I got here. So, what's been going on in the news lately? And I know I'm kind of late, but I gotta bring this up. How are you I believe she was a 40-year-old woman? 40-year-old, right? Hold on, let's look it up. 40-year-old woman and Gorilla Glue. Let's look it up because some people don't know the story. So she's a 40-year-old teacher, which she's teaching kids, and she's gluing her hair out with Gorilla Glue. Now, anybody that has ever used Gorilla Glue before knows that ain't easy to come off. You use that glue if you want something to stay pretty much permanently. Okay? She accidentally super glued her hair while using Gorilla Glue spray instead of the hairspray. So I don't even know how you even get that confused, because Gorilla Glue has a distinct color. It's orange. All their products got that orange, and it has a big gorilla on the front, and it says glue on it. So I don't know how you confuse that, and I'm sure that I have never seen, and maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, message me in the comments below. I don't ever think I've seen Gorilla Glue in the same aisle as hairspray. And I walk with my wife plenty of times down the aisle, to get her products, and I've never seen Gorilla Glue. As a matter of fact, the last time I went to Target, I had to ask the person that worked there that where was the glue, because I didn't even know where it was. So as a result of her doing that, her hair was pretty much stuck in place. People say like this was an accident. I don't see how this is an accident. You're a grown woman, you teach kids, you're 40 years old. At first when I heard it, I thought it was just like somebody like was just making this up. I didn't believe it, as a matter of fact. But it's actually true. And yeah, so we are in 2021 and somebody glued their hair or sprayed their hair with Gorilla Glue thinking it was hairspray. I don't understand that. I really don't. It's hard for me to feel sorry for somebody like that. Now, I don't think she has any serious medical conditions from that. I think like she tried to wash it out with soap and stuff, and she actually went to the hospital, and every time she washed it, it like got gooey again, but it didn't come out, and then it just, after she showered and dried up, it just went back in place. So again, I can't feel sorry for her. Also, to make it even worse, she's a mother of 5 kids. Mother of 5. I don't understand how you confuse Gorilla Glue spray, adhesive spray, with hairspray. I really don't. You're 40. You're 40 years old. You have 5 kids. You're a teacher. I can understand if this was a 5-year-old. Somebody said, well, you know, I can understand if it was an 11 or 12-year-old. I still don't even understand that old. I think once you reach like 7, stuff like this shouldn't happen. But you're 40. I spent enough time on this. Okay. But y'all gotta bear with me. You should have seen the shock on my face when I actually read the story, and I was like, wow, this is actually a true story. And now we're here. Now, I think she's made some sort of profit off of this somehow. This is America, right? You can make a profit off anything, so she's probably used it to her advantage. She's probably going to be on TV shows. She's probably going to, I don't know. This will be probably used to get her some sort of public move. I don't know. I can see it now. So, if it hasn't happened already, because I know I'm a little late, but I had to talk about it. I really did, because it's 2021 and it's only February. And this is where we're at. Hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. I hope you got what you wanted. I hope you were able to get the kids to babysit. I hope you were able to make do with what you had and had a good time. I was talking to one of my coworkers today, and they wanted me to bring up a question: should Valentine's Day be specifically special for just that day, or should you have multiple special days with your spouse throughout the year, and you know, Valentine's Day is just kind of another day? I think that's an interesting question for those of us who are in relationships or single. Maybe we'll do our own separate side show on that. But if you have any comments on that, go ahead and, you know, leave them, and some suggestions so I can bring it up to the table. But yeah, we're 2021. That's what we got going on. So what I really want to talk about today is two things. One that happened a while ago, not a while ago, I'll say maybe a week ago, and one that happened today. So we'll do with the fresh one today. We'll start with that. I'm gonna switch it up. We'll start the fresh. Okay, so we got Biden, our president. Now, I'm not one of those guys that are gonna be like, this is not my president, I'm not gonna call him my president. I'm not one of those guys, okay? Listen, he's the president of the United States. He has that office, and that's his rank. So I'm not gonna sit here and be the guy that's like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be calling him my president and all. He's not my president and stuff like that. No, he has the office, so he gets the title of president. Now, I guess Biden had a town hall meeting, and he had a town hall meeting. God, I can't get this to work. He had a town hall meeting where he was talking about the internet, or he was talking about people signing up for COVID and stuff like that. And it was brought, he made a comment today that I think that's worth talking about. So I'm trying to find a comment on YouTube, and I apologize, I should have had this up earlier, where he made a comment that essentially says, he was saying like black people don't know how to use the internet or something like that. So I'm gonna bring it up here again. I appreciate you being with me right now, and we'll try to find it. But he made a statement that black people don't know how to use the internet. And here's my thing. If this was a Republican, right? This was a Republican president, and the comments he says, blacks and Hispanics don't know how to use the internet. I mean, wouldn't one consider that kind of like a racist comment? Let's see if I can get it to play for a second.
And or inner city districts know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens or at the particular store. The other. Okay, so you heard that right now. I put out a post about this on Twitter and my Facebook, and people were like, "That's not exactly what he meant." Blah blah blah. Listen to me. You know, I get confused when you guys give people on, and when I mean you guys, I mean mostly all liberals, right? When you continue to make excuses for these Hollywood folks, these Democratic leaders, when they say something that's pretty much basically racist, but you guys come on here and say, wait, no, that's not what he meant. He's talking about how, you know, low income families or etc. don't have access to the internet. Wrong, okay? If he wanted to say low income families don't have adequate access to the internet, that's what he should have said, as plain as day. He should have said low income families are having trouble with signing up for the vaccine because they don't have adequate internet access for them to be able to sign up. There's nothing wrong with that, and a lot of people would agree, okay? But you can't say that when he specifically said out of his mouth, he specifically said, this is what he said. He said blacks and Hispanics don't know how to use the internet. That's what he said, okay? I'll play it again. Particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens or at the particular store.
So I guess the whole thing is I guess minorities are kind of skeptical of getting the vaccine. Now, I have my own reasons of why I haven't gotten the vaccine. Me personally, I'm not even a big fan of the flu vaccine. So I have my own personal reasons behind that. But to make excuses for this, I mean, this is clearly a racist mindset here, and I hate throwing out the word racist. Like, people seem to throw that word out a lot. This is racist. This is racist. This is racist. This is racist. You know,
I even read a story that people are saying that math is racist now, right? I posted it on my Facebook page and Twitter. They're saying math is racist. Somehow math has become racist. And also Shakespeare is racist. So, listen, I hate throwing out that term, but this right here, it bothered me a little bit because the excuses that, and I'm actually not surprised by his comment. Shout out to Josh Brandon on my group chat. He made a good comment earlier about this. He's like, I wasn't really surprised by his comments, and I'm not really either, because look, Biden doesn't have a really good history with African Americans. He really doesn't have a really good history. And we all know this. Look at some of the stuff he's proposed, he's signed, he stood for, he argued for. Look at some of the stuff he said, even while he was running for office. Look at some of the stuff that this man has said. He said some crazy stuff. But y'all continually give this man so many excuses. Oh, he doesn't mean this, he doesn't mean that. If it was somebody from Hollywood, oh, another excuse. He doesn't mean this, he doesn't mean that. This is what he really meant. I don't understand how you guys won't acknowledge the fact that he shouldn't have said that. As the president of the United States, he's saying black and brown people don't know how to get on the internet and sign up for the COVID vaccine. That's the reason why a lot of minorities aren't taking the vaccine, which I don't believe. I think a lot of people have read some of the stories or seen some of the reactions and are kind of skeptical on taking the vaccine. Me personally, it's come out too fast, and I'm not going to just jump into something that just pops up out of nowhere like that. And plus, I'm perfectly fine, so I'm not going to take it. I never knock anyone who wants to take it. If you want to take the vaccine, please take it. You know, by all means. If you feel like you need it, if you feel like you want it, I'm not going to knock you for that. But for y'all to say, no, this is what he meant, and then the exact words that come out of his mouth is black and brown people don't know how to don't know how to access the internet to sign up for the vaccine. I mean, that's pretty much saying we don't. And they continue to do stuff like they continue to do these subtle messages for minority folk, just like for the voting. When voting was going on, they were saying that minorities don't know how to register for vote, so we got to make the rules easier for them to register. Every time they say something like that, in my mind, I think they just think that we're stupid, and that they got to dumb everything down for us, so, and to make it easier for minorities to do simple stuff that's not even hard in the first place. So, stop giving this man excuses. Again, he shouldn't have said that, and everybody knows he shouldn't have said that. So, the fact that you're trying to defend this it's crazy to me that you just give up excuses. So, that went out today. Twitter went crazy today. So I had to say my 2 pieces on that. Again, if you think I'm overlooking it, if you think I should be looking at it a different way, by all means, make comments in the make a comment in the comment section. You know, shoot me a message or something and say, hey, this is how I looked at it, and we can go in and talk about it. But there's no way he should have said something like that, and I don't think people should be defending him on something like that. And which brings me to my next point. See what I got behind me right here? That is the flag, United States of America. That is our flag right here, and there's a lot of meaning behind this flag, a lot of symbolism behind this flag. People have died for this flag. Now, Mark Cuban, I guess a week or two ago, and I guess he's been doing this for the whole season. I mean, I don't really watch the Mavericks. Actually, the woke NBA, I didn't even think they were playing a national anthem because they never show before the game. You know, they show them warming up, and then it goes to commercial, and then, it's tip-off. So they never really show the game. So he's decided that he's not going to be playing the national anthem for when they're at home for their games. And I don't really understand the reason behind it. I guess he's saying that some people feel uncomfortable when they play the national anthem. Why? why do you feel uncomfortable for the national anthem? I mean, it's a part of America. It's the song before you that's in reverence of the people who fought for this country. Now I get it. You have freedoms in this country, but the national anthem, the flag, that whole thing is a symbol of how great this country is, and how of the freedoms we have in this country, of how we get to practice certain things. We have certain advantages that other countries don't have, and all of a sudden you feel uncomfortable. Which this is what bothers me. You got athletes out here, owners, millions of dollars, right? Millions, some billions of dollars. They're sitting up here making money doing something simple as dribbling a basketball, shooting in a hoop, and they're getting paid millions of dollars for it. But they're sitting here telling you that they don't feel uncomfortable, or they don't feel comfortable in this country where they make millions of dollars to play a basketball game. They got these nice cars, nice houses, multiple houses all over the country. Their families are doing well. Their children are doing well. They're set up for life in this country. And they're telling you that they don't feel good or comfortable in this country, and they don't feel comfortable around the national anthem. That doesn't make any sense to me. How backwards does that sound to you? Okay? It's crazy because in these other countries, you try burning the flag. You try disrespecting the national anthem, right? You try that. They won't find you again. I tell you that right now. Try it. See, in this country, I believe we're so spoiled that we're kind of spoiled with our freedoms that we don't realize how good we have it, right? And I don't want to get to that point where we don't realize how good we have it, and then our freedoms are slowly being taken away from us. By the way, stay tuned. You know, there's a gun bill that's trying to get passed. Stay tuned for my firearm lovers. For our Second Amendment lovers, look up, read up on it. Actually, I might do a show on that by itself. But you got these rich people, these rich Hollywood folks, these rich liberal people in office, and they're telling you that this country is so bad. I just don't understand it. You know, people, you know, and then I get the argument. You know, I get the arguments. This country was built by black people, and the system is hard against, you know, systematic racism, all this other stuff, right? Stuff that I don't really subscribe to. Again, in this country, there's nothing stopping me from achieving what I want to achieve outside of me. I'm the only person that can stop me. You know, I'm not worried about a white supremacist. I'm not worried about someone not liking me for the color of my skin. Okay, they cannot like me. Oh well. But under this country, if I have an idea, if I get a group of people together, if I want to go to pursue something, if I want to practice my religion freely, I can do that, no problem. If I want to host my own show, I can do that, no problem, because in this country, there's no restrictions. We have our rights, we have our freedoms to do what we want to do. That's the beauty of it. And it's also the beauty for people to come here and make a living for themselves. If they do it the right way, you could come to this country the right way and start from nothing and become anything in this country. I just told you at the beginning of the show, the lady sprayed Gorilla Glue on her hair, and now she's famous for doing something completely stupid. This country is, and people always focus on the bad things. They just focus on like the past in this country, and they focus on, but what about the good things? We never talk about the good things, right? We never talk about the people who, if I'm speaking on, you know, people want to speak on slavery. That's all they want to preach on. The effects of slavery is affecting us today. That's why we can't do nothing. I don't believe that. How about the people that during those times made a way out of no way, made the pathway for us to be able to walk the streets freely, to be able to go to the bathroom, to be able to play in these sports, who paved the way for us to be able to live the life that we live right now, to be able to have or marry who we want to marry. That's not particularly our same race, right? People paved the way for us in this country to be able to enjoy the freedoms of this country. And you gotta acknowledge the beauty of a country that's willing to change and mold itself time and time again for the American people. I mean, it's beautiful if you look at the stories, right? You got the ugly side that's molded into where we are today. People fail to acknowledge that. I don't understand that at all. So you don't want to play a national anthem. The players said they felt uncomfortable, and I don't understand that at all. But I'm surprised that the woke NBA actually did this. So the commissioner came out maybe a day or two later and said, hey, no, we're playing a national anthem for the games, which is total opposite of what they did during last year during the bubble. You know, you had the players kneeling, you got Black Lives Matter all playing on the basketball court, and I felt like the commissioner was, you know, on that wokeness. You know, he was hanging out with the wokey wokes, and the NBA became the woke NBA. But he came out and said, hey, you know, we're playing a national anthem. So I gotta give credit where credit is due. I respect that move by the commissioner, and I hope he keeps that same attitude. I hope he doesn't flip-flop you know, during the season and let them, you know, renege on that. But I digress. That was my 2 cents on that. Again, you can't. I had somebody argue with me on Twitter saying it's just a flag, it's just a piece of cloth, right? And you can't say that. To me, you can't say that, because this is a symbol. There's symbolism behind this. Symbolism behind this, right? You can't just say it's a piece of cloth. A piece of cloth is what? Like this t-shirt right here, right? If something got messed up with this shirt, it'll be nothing. It'll be nothing to anybody, right? Because it's just a piece of cloth. This is all this is, piece of cloth. I can go get another, right? But you can't do that for that, because the meaning, the freedoms we have. This is what, when people see that flag, it represents how good the United States is compared to these other countries. Okay? And again, I respect all my military people. All my military people, friends that I have in the military, have told me that they couldn't wait to hear this episode. And again, all my people that are serving right now, I respect you. I pray for you all. Thank you all for your service. All my retired folks, again, thank you all for what you've done for this country. I can't thank you enough for fighting for our freedoms and allowing us to live in a free country. And this is just me. I just can't see how people don't see that side of it. And I don't know what you could tell me. Oh, you're a black man in America, you should be talking about systematic racism and how oppressed you are. And listen, I'm not oppressed, okay? Nobody is oppressing me. Have I encountered racism before? Of course, but it's on a what? How do I say this? It's so minuscule that I handle it as such and I move on. Okay? That's the last thing I'm worried about. All I'm trying to do is be a good person, spread love, be respectful, treat my neighbor like I want to be treated, and that's all you got to do, man. And you can make a good living in this country, and that's why everybody wants to come to this country, man. That's why everybody wants to be here, because they know what this country brings to the table. So shout out to the commissioner for saying that they're going to do the national anthem. And we'll see where it goes from there. But that was my 2 cents on the 2 topics. If you got anything you want to say, you want to make some comments, please feel free to leave comments on the YouTube page or on my Twitter handles or Instagram handles. Feel free, and we can chat it up. I'm gonna start doing some Facebook Live and some Instagram Live here and there, and just kind of chat with everybody and see what's going on. So, speaking of 2021, I read another thing that Little Uzi Vert, don't really know him too well, don't really listen to his music that much. Yeah, I know I'm on that CHH tip. I guess he had a diamond surgically implanted in his forehead. Why are we doing that? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You got Jews in this country being able to do stuff like that. I mean, does anybody not question that? I mean, to me, that's like, you have all this money, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't no cheap diamond. No, put in the comments exactly how much that diamond costs, if y'all know. And he got it put in his forehead, man, looking like Vision out here. Off the Avengers, man. And I don't know. I just don't know why you would waste your money when you can put that back in the community. But I'm never going to tell someone how to spend their money. If it was me, that's not what I would do. But it is what it is. So I know in my last episode I talked about what not to say to police officers when you encounter them doing their job in your travels. I got one more for you guys, and this happened to me recently. I don't even know why this wasn't the first one I said, but of course, when I'm out and about, I like to talk to people, so I conversate. So I get the, hey officer, you know, thank you for your service and in the community, and we appreciate you. Go, so, and I already know when somebody says, so, or can I ask you something? I'm like, oh boy, here we go. They did something, or their cousin did something, or they're thinking about doing something. So I got this ticket. I'm like, listen, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I hope they know that there's nothing I can do for them. But anyways, I get hey, I got this ticket, a speeding ticket or whatever ticket, and they start explaining to me why they shouldn't have gotten the ticket. And I'm at the coffee thing, and I'm pouring my coffee, and they're telling me why they feel like they shouldn't have got the ticket. Like, somehow the officer right here and now can change the outcome, right? One, I don't even work in that county. Two, I didn't write the ticket. Three, if I did write the ticket, it's going to court. So I don't understand how you guys don't understand the court process. Let me break it down. This is how a simple traffic stop goes. You get pulled over for a traffic violation, okay? The officer writes you a ticket, okay? On that ticket is a court date. You go to that court date. That, in front of the judge, because you and the officer will be in front of the judge, that is when the judge asks you, do you have anything to say, or do you plead not guilty, guilty or no contest or whatever. You answer the questions, and then you make your case. That's when you tell the judge about why you think you shouldn't have got the ticket. Do not, please, do not, when you see officers out and about, sitting in their cruiser, don't pull up next to them, okay? Don't do that. Don't ask them about your ticket that you got 2 weeks ago from a different agency that we know nothing about, because we're not going to give you a good answer, okay? All we're going to do is say, hey, you got to go to court and figure it out from there. That's your best course of action. If it's serious or something that's like a reckless or something, then I would say you got to get a lawyer, and best of luck to you. Stop doing that, okay? Just stop at, hey, officer, thank you for your service. You know, can I buy you a cup of coffee? Or just let them go about it all day. You know, that's it. That's all we need. We don't need any extra. We don't need to hear your story. We don't. Okay? So please, from now on, this is another nugget for you guys. Take this advice and be great. Oh man. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the show. Again, if you have any comments, concerns, questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Of course, it looks like the Wizards win the game. They beat the Nuggets, so shout out to the Wiz. All right, so we beat the Wizards, man. Again, I want to talk to people about Westbrook. Adrian, I'm talking to you. We're going to talk about this, okay? I might even just have an episode just me and you talking about Westbrook, okay? Coming to you. But again, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know how to find me on the YouTubes, on the internets. Y'all know how to find me. It's your boy T, aka the Holy Samurai. I hope you take my little nuggets and go forth and be great. And until next time, everybody.
For the nonsense, I'm about my business about every time that I clock in. So I got my face on God face cause it's constant. Yeah, you know it's time to roll out. I'm trying to do what I gotta do, but they telling me that I need to slow down. But it's too late that I hopped off the porch, now I'm feeling grown now. I got to finish this race. I move with a team when we step in faith. And go on the war, we bout to go 8, but it's all about I said that it's time to go get that. Devil thought it's gonna break like a Kit Kat. I got my back now, it's time for some get back. Running less time, but this time he gon' get back. I got that smoke, but it's secondhand. I heard that's bad for your health, you should quit that. They needed me to make a play, I did that. I took a setback and told them to sit back.